As you settle into it, take a few breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Rock your head side to side, massage the space between your eyebrows. And when it feels right, change your breath to in and out through your nose. Acknowledge what it took to get here. Acknowledge anticipation or thoughts about what will come. And practice reconnecting into right here, right now by following the movement of your breath. So as you breathe in, feel your back line expand, your ribs expand. As you breathe out, allow yourself to sink in, feel your back fall, your ribs contract. Take a couple breaths following that movement. And this class will get physical in terms of physical challenge. And what I love about it, what I find so powerful about it, is this opportunity to use the physical, to use the physicality to connect in right here, right now. One more breath, acknowledging the movement of your body as you breathe. And press up to tabletop, come to your hands and knees. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, bring your knees under your hips. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly, draw your shoulders back. Exhale, cat pose, tuck your chin and round. Take a couple more with the breath. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat pose. One more. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Back to neutral. Curl your toes under, hover your knees off the floor and hold it. Feel your breath move still. Send your shoulder blades onto your back. Pull your belly in. Downward facing dog. Hips lift. Bring some movement. Sway your hips. Shake your head. Then get still. Spread your fingers. Press your thumbs or point your fingers. Bring at least some bend into your knees. Reach your hips up and back. Look forward. Step forward to the top of your mat. Ragdoll. Feet hip width. Grab for your elbows. Let your arms, your head, your torso be heavy. Bring some movement, or you can hold it still. Bend your knees any amount. Now free your hands to the floor. Step your feet together to touch. Soft bend into your knees. Lift up halfway. Press your hands into your legs. Extend your chest forward. Pull your belly in. Make it a strong pose. Shoulder blades onto your back. Slight tuck of your chin so the back of your neck gets long. Breathe in right here. Exhale, forward fold. Active fold. Pull on your legs. Draw your chest to your thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Extend it. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, rise up to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center, samasthiti, pause in it. Set an intention for your practice. Close your eyes, lift the top of your head up, stand tall. So your intention could be someone or something. Option 2, send your intention to the connection of the breath, of the physicality. They're connected, they're intentionally matched. Use that as your tool to connect in right here, right now, moment to moment. Send it out, one breath. Inhale, fill up. Open mouth, exhale, send it out. Open your eyes. Inhale, mountain pose, arms lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank pose. Hold it, stay in it. Reach your heels back. Create this sensation as if you'll pull your feet forward. Feel how that turns on your front line. Broaden your fingers wide and your chest forward. Shift forward on your tippy toes. Bend your elbows, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Broad chest forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Flow it. Breathe in, look forward. Exhale, step or jump forward, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, look forward. Exhale, step or jump forward, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Bend your knees, chest up, arms up. Exhale, airplane arms, and you'll hold it. Face your palms down. Ground your shoulder blades onto your back. Add some depth into your legs. Pause for a moment. Feel the length in your back. So you'll hinge at your hips, reach your hips back. And then as you add depth, your chest will come forward to maintain that length, integrity in your spine. Inhale, chair, arms lift. Exhale, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge with your chest, with your arms. Exhale, hands to heart center. Pause right here. Press your hands together. Lift your chest up to your thumbs. So feel this length in your back. Put your right knee, your right toes forward. Add a bit of a bend into your left knee so you can draw your left hip forward. Now add depth to it. Hover your left knee off the floor. So deep bend into your left leg. Feel this length in your back. Broadness in your chest. Inhale, star pose. Heels in, toes out, arms spread wide. Exhale, warrior two. Bend your right knee, right toes, point forward, extend out through your arms. Inhale, reverse warrior. Stretch the right side. Exhale, hands to the floor, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, step between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to heart center, pause in it. Breathe. Feel that steady movement of your breath. Press your hands together. So there's some tension that you create with this press to draw your shoulder blades back and to broaden through your chest. Head extends up. Point your left knee, your left toes forward, and then bring some more bend into your right knee. A little bit of a bend so that you can draw your right hip forward. Now go for more depth. Bend your right knee so it hovers off the floor. Pause with it, stay with it. Broad chest. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, warrior two. Bend your left knee. Extend out through your arms. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Flow it with breath. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, step between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to heart, left knee hovers. So you feel that movement of the breath matching the motion. Inhale, star. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to heart, right knee hovers. Inhale, star. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time through. Breathe in, right leg lifts. Exhale, step between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to heart, left knee hovers. Inhale, star. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, hands to the floor, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to heart, right knee hovers. Inhale, star. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Shift forward, high plank pose. Hold it. So feel that pull. Feet come forward, fingers broad. Extend your chest forward, send your shoulder blades onto your back. Separate your hands as wide as your mat. 4 push-ups from your toes or from your knees. Here we go. You lower, lift. Lower, lift. 2 more. Down, up. 1 more. Down, up. Step your feet forward. Hold low squat. Hands to heart center. Breathe. So feet about hip width distance, and you feel that hinge at your hips. Tension in your arms and your hands to broaden your chest. Belly strong. Hold it. 4. Breathe steady. 3, 2, 1. Hands to the floor. Step back. 4 push-ups. Down, up, down, up. 2 more. Down, up. 1 more. Down, up to your knees. Grab your weights, or you could go no weights, or whatever prop you're using. And we'll do wide biceps. So elbows to your sides, palms face out wide. It's down, curl, down, curl. Keep going. Use the breath. So it's open mouth exhale is the action, the activation. Broad chest. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Elbows bend at halfway and you go out and in. Go out, pull in, out, in, out, in. Go 4, 3, 2, 1. And now hold it out, breathe. Broaden your chest, pull your belly in, hold it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Weights down, 5 push-ups. Hands as wide as your mat, toes or knees. Here we go. It's down, up. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step or jump forward, squat, hold it low. Tension in your arms, broaden your chest, feel that hinge at your hips, press through your feet, hold it. 4. Breathe steady. 3. That's 2, 1. 5 push-ups, hands down, step or jump. Here we go. It's down, up. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To your knees, wide biceps. Palms face out. It's down, curl, down, curl. Steady breath. Match the movement to the breath. So exhale, curl. Chest up. Lift your head up. Light grip on the weights. Last 4. That's 3. Last 2. 1. Hold it halfway and it's out and in. Go out, pull in. Out, pull in. Last 4. 3. Last 2. 1. Hold it out. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Shoulders back, lift your chest, hold 4. Last 3, 2, 1. Weights down, 6 push-ups, toes or knees. Hands wide. Here we go. It's down, up. That's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step or jump. Hold the squat low. Tension in the arms. Allow the fatigue to build. So we're adding a push-up every round. Broad chest. Add some depth in your legs. Hinge at your hips. Hold it. 4. Connecting with your breath. 3, 2, 1. Hands down. Step or jump. 6 push-ups. Go down, up. So as you push up, use the open mouth exhale. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees, wide biceps, palms face out. It's down, curl, down, curl. Chest upright. Connect them with the breath. And so with that connection, you take it one move at a time. Notice if your torso is kind of wobbly, brace against the movement of your hands. Last 4, so you stay really still and stable other than the arms moving. Last 2. Last 1, halfway, it's out, pull it in. Out, pull in. Last 4, 3. Last 2, 1, hold it out, hold, 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 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round, push-ups, 7, toes or knees. Here we go, it's down, up, that's 7, 6, 5, exhale as you lift up, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step or jump forward, rise to stand, no weights. Shake out your arms. So we're gonna take squats moving this time. Feet hip width distance, toes and knees point forward, hands at heart center, or even hands at your hips will help with that hinging action. So you go down, up, down, up, down, up. Keep going. Open mouth exhale as you lift. So nice thing about squats is it's a pretty basic move and there's a lot to focus in on. So start with your feet. Check out that your toes point forward, and as you go low, your knees track forward also. Even out the weight between the front of your feet and the back of your feet. So if you feel like you're kind of heavy in your heels, press down through the ball mounds of your toes. And then vice versa, if you're kind of light in your heels, root through them. Open mouth exhale as you lift. There's that hinge at your hips, so as you get depth, your hips go back, and your chest stays broad, spine stays long. Last 4, 3, last 2, 1, get low, hold it low, hands to heart center, create some tension through your hands, pulse it low, pulse, 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 pulse. And as you're holding depth, feel that evenness through your feet, press. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, rise to stand, right foot, right leg crosses behind your left, curtsy style, you go down, lift up, down, up, down, up. So with this style squat, your torso is gonna stay upright, so it's down, straight up. Feel the length in your spine, and you just go to the depth that you go. That's perfect. Last 4, hands to heart center, broad chest. 3, last 2, 1, hold it low, breathe, press through your left foot, pulse it low, pulse, 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 pulse. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, feet hip width, classic style. You go down, up, down, up, down, up. Press through your feet, toes and knees point forward. Feel that hinge at your hips, so hips go back, spine stays long. Use the breath. Exhale as you rise up. Last 4, 3, last 2, 1, hold it low. Hands together, create some tension in your arms, broad chest. There's that hinge, press through your feet, and now add the pulse, 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 pulse. Last 4, 3, 2, hold it on 1, rise up, left foot behind your right, curtsy style. You go down, up, down, up. Feel your spine upright. Open mouth exhale as you rise. Press through your right foot. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, get low and hold it. Hold it low, hold it low, hold it low. At the pulse. Pulse, 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 pulse. You're aiming for sensation, aiming for muscle fatigue. Keep going. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise to stand, toes and feet forward. You go down, up, down, up, down, up. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Get low, hold. Hold, you got it, at the pulse. Pulse, 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 pulse. Shoulders back. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise to stand, shake it out. So next, cardio burst. Get the heart rate elevated. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna alternate between a few different exercises. We're gonna start with hip twists, go to jumping jacks, and then go to a squat jump, okay? So stand up, no weights, and shake your legs a little side to side, shake out your arms. It'll go pretty quick. You keep moving. So hip twists first in 4, 3, 2, 1. So it's hips, 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 hips. Get your arms going. And if you don't want to jump, you simply move one foot at a time. Hips, 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 hips. So your head stays forward, hips go. Broad chest, last 4, 3, 2, 1. Jumping jacks, out and in. 2 feet at a time, or you go 1. Broad chest, head up. Soft knees, soft feet. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Now get low in the squat position. You're gonna squat, star jump. Squat, jump. And if you don't wanna jump, you take one leg at a time. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, up, hips, 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 hips. Arms go. Head stays forward, hips change. And you can take one foot at a time. Take the jump out, that totally works too. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, jacks, out and in. 1 foot at a time, or both. Chest up, head up. So you're building your heart rate, you're elevating your heart rate, keep going. Soft feet, soft knees. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, get low and out. Down, out. 1 foot at a time, or you go both. Broad chest the whole time. Last 4, 3, last 2, 1, up, hips. 4, 3, 2, 1, jacks. Soft feet, broad chest, keep breathing. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, down, out. 4, 3, 2, 1, up, shake it out. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Keep your feet moving, and you could step or jump it. Add the arms, go forward, go out. Forward, out. So you keep moving. We'll work active recovery. So now the heart rate's elevated. We're gonna keep building on it. Last 4, 3, last 2, 1. Make your way to the top of your mat with your weights. Top of your mat with your weights. Take chair, feet a little bit narrower than hip width, but not all the way together. Get some depth, hinge at your hips, wide back rows, palms face the back. You go down, pull up, down, pull up, down, up. Keep going. If you want, you could alternate arms. Could always do this with no weights. The thing about the weights, they're intentionally light. I'm using 5 pounds. And the aim with the weights is it'll add some muscle fatigue for sure. Open mouth exhale as you pull. And the other thing with the weights is it adds emphasis to your limbs, to your hands. And so the aim, whether you're using weights or not, is to feel heavy in your hands and move with intention. Keep going, keep going. So keep going, and I just want to talk you through a couple of things. So if you're using the weights, keep the grip light so you're not clenching it. And then the other thing, feel as if you're being pulled from your elbow straight back. Your chest stays broad the whole time. Feel the hinge at your hips. Yeah, you got it, you got it. Last 4. That's 3. Last 2. Hold it back on 1. And we're gonna go out and in with the hands. So you go out, in, out, in, out, in. Go 4. Keep breathing. 3. Last 2. 1. Second round. You go down, pull up, down, up. You could take one weight at a time. So the aim is muscle fatigue. So we're challenging, adding challenge with high reps. So if you reach that point where you're like, ooh, I don't know if I can do another one, try doing one more, try taking it one arm at a time, try losing the weights. The aim is to keep it moving with purpose, with intention. Last 4, 3, last 2, hold it back. On 1, hold it back. We're gonna go out and in. Go out, in, out, in, out, in. And this emphasis on the keeping it moving. Keep breathing. Last 4, last 3, last 2. I'll tell you in a second. 1, weights to chest. Step your left foot back. Lean forward, put your weights on the ground or weights on end. So you're gonna have your hands on your weights or your hands on the ground. Lift your left leg into the air. Point your left toes down. Broaden your chest forward. Pull your belly in. Feel this hinge at your right hip. Right hip draws back. Left toes point down. It feels as if you're pressing through your left foot. Simply hold that. Belly strong. Breathe. And now add to it. Left leg back. Cross left knee behind your right. Get lower in your right leg. Send your left leg back, straighten through your right leg. Squeeze it in, send it back. Squeeze it in, send it back. Broad chest. Squeeze, back. Open mouth, exhale. Broad chest forward. Tuck your chin slightly so the back of your neck is long. Exhale as you squeeze it in. Get depth in your right leg. Last 4. That's 3. Last 2. 1, hold your left leg back, and now you're going to cross the left toes to the right side of your mat. Lift it up, tap the left side of your mat. Lift it up, tap right. Lift it up, tap left. Keep going. Steady breath. Broad chest forward. Draw your right hip back so you have that hinge in your right hip as you do this. Light grip on the weights or light hands on the floor. Last 4. Lift high at center. 3. Last 2. Last 1. Lift your left leg up. Send it back. Squeeze it in. Send it back. Squeeze it in. Back. Squeeze. So now you're activating your core, your front line to squeeze. You're adding a lot of challenge on your right side, your right glute, your right thigh. Last 4. So feel that there. That's perfect if you are. 3. Last 2. 1, left leg back. Grab your weights, rise to stand. Crescent lunge, narrow back row. So hinge forward, palms face in. Here's that same hinge at your right hip. You go down, pull back. Down, back. So you're still working that intensity on your right leg. You could always take one arm at a time. You could lower your left knee down. Challenge to keep moving. And you practice softening into that intensity rather than the inclination that's like totally in and practice to turn away from the discomfort. Belly strong, elbows brush past your body. Last 4, 3, last 2, hold it back on 1, hold it back. Elbows draw back, broad chest, breathe. Right hip draws back, add some depth. Last 4, 3, last 2, 1, rise to stand, lunges, weights at your side, you go down, lift up, down, lift, keep going. So check out right leg, right knee, right toes point forward, and then feel how your torso stays pretty upright. Broad chest, steady your gaze at one point. Exhale as you rise up. Add the triceps for the arms. So arms lift overhead, and as you lower, you bend the elbows, extend, lift up. Steady gaze. Belly strong. There's a lot moving, and then focus in on the torso, the spine, staying still. Last 4, 3, last 2, 1. Hold it low, elbows bend. Pulse it here. Arms pulse, pulse. Legs stay solid, stay still. Pulse, 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 pulse. Shoulders draw down, steady your gaze. Last 4, 3, last 2, 1. Weights to chest, star pose. Heels in, toes out. Weights at your hips, bend your knees. Rock it out side to side. Now hold it low, and feel as you simply hold broad chest. And even though you're still working, there's this reprieve in the change of dimension, the change of position in your legs. Reach your arms out, half flat pulls, palms face forward. You go out, pull it in. Go out, pull it in, add the legs. Go down, lift up. Down, up. Open mouth, exhale as you rise. Last 4. That's 3. Last 2. 1. Get low. Weights at your hips or hands at your hips. Hold it low. Broad chest. Lift your right heel. Add the pulse. Go. Pulse. 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 Add to it. Bring your hands or weights forward. Press your hands or weights together so there's that tension in your arms. Broad chest. Last 4. 3, 2, 1. Switch right heel down, left heel up. Pulse, 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 pulse. Keep breathing. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Left heel down, half flat pulls. Arms out. You go out, pull in, down, up. Last 4, 3, that's 2, 1. Get low, weights at your hips. Broad chest, we're gonna add some side to side movement. So you're gonna go pulse to the right, extend your left leg, front, front, go center, bend your left leg, right leg is straight, pulse left, left, go, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. Keep going. So as you do this, what you want to do is activate the inner thigh line. So as you're changing from side to side, create this pull of your feet, like you're drawing your feet towards each other. Broad chest. Keep breathing. Almost like you're going to crumple up your mat underneath you. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Bend your knees. Half flat pulse. Arms out. Palms face forward. You go out, pull in, out, in. Add the legs. Broad chest. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees. Weights at your hips. Shoulders back. Lift both heels. Bring your weights forward or your hands forward. Press together. Create some tension at the pulse. 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 Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels down. Step your feet together. Leave your weights at the top of your mat. Squats. We're going to target the outer part of the thighs. So give yourself some space lengthwise. Toes and knees point forward. Hands at your hips or hands at heart center. You choose it. Start classic. You go down, up, down, up. So especially as you've been building fatigue, open mouth exhale as you rise up. Check in with your form. Toes and knees point forward. As you go down, your hips reach back. Add to it. So see if you can eliminate the pause at the bottom and the pause at the top. So it doesn't necessarily get faster, but you eliminate that pausing. Broad chest. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Get low and hold it. Hold it. Toes and knees point forward. Press through your feet. Hands to heart center. Broad chest at the pulse. 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 Last 4. Belly strong. 3, 2, 1. Now hold it low. Right leg is going to lift. Get down. Right leg lifts. Down, right. Option to add the arms as you lift the right leg. So as you're lifting your right leg, point your right toes forward, and it's like you're pressing through your right foot. Broad chest, hinge at your hips as you get low. Left knee, left toes point forward. Last 4, steady gaze, that'll help, because you're adding a balance challenge by standing on one leg. Last 2, hold this one up on 1, hold it up, hold it up. So right toes point forward, press through your right foot, add a bend into your left leg, hinge at your left hip. So hips will go back. Hands at heart center, pulse the right leg. Pulse, 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 keep breathing, belly strong. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, right leg down. Both feet stay down, you go down, up, down, up. See if you can eliminate that pause at the top, pause at the bottom. So especially when you reach that fatigue, that challenge was both physically and mentally, the aim is, the connection point is to the moment, to be specific with how you're moving. So you keep that emphasis, or even add that emphasis on your form. Broad chest. Last 4, 3. You keep the emphasis on your breath. 2, 1. Get low. Hold it low. Broad chest. Add the pulse. 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 Press through your feet. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise to stand. Left leg goes wide. You go down. Left leg. Option, add the arms. So feel it. Left toes point forward as you lift. As you get low, you hinge at the hips. And with your left leg, action through it like you're pressing through your left foot. Broad chest, the whole range of motion. Steady gaze as you add the balance challenge of standing on one leg. Last 4, 3, last 2, hold it up on 1, hold it up. Add the pulse, 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 bend into your right leg, draw your right hip back, press through your left foot, pulse, 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 steady gaze. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, left leg down, both feet forward. Classic style, you go down, lift up a little bit slower, eliminate the pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise up, shake it out. Top of your mat, top of your mat. So we're gonna take second round with your weights. This time, triceps, so bend your knees, feet maybe a little bit narrower than hip width, elbows at your side, hinge at your hips, belly strong, triceps, you bend, extend, open mouth, exhale. You could go one arm at a time. You could always go no weights. Keep going, so a couple of things as you do this. With the tricep, so the triceps are the back of the arms, and they activate when you extend your elbow. So you don't need to bend a whole lot. Like if you notice that you're bringing your thumb to your shoulder, it's a little bit too much of a bend. You just bend to about 90, not like anyone's gonna measure, but just feel that, and then focus on the extension. So getting your elbow straight and your weights past your body. That's the emphasis. Broad chest. And feel how everything else, you're stabilizing, you're keeping your body really still within that movement. Last 4, 3, exhale as you extend the weights. 2, hold it back. On 1, hold it back, pulse the weights up. Pulse, 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 pulse. So you're adding extra emphasis with your elbows extended to target the triceps. Pulse, pulse, get your weights past your body. Keep breathing. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend, extend. You got it, you got it. Allow the muscle fatigue to build. Confront it rather than turn away from it. See if you can soften your reaction to that intensity. Take it breath by breath. 1 movement at a time. Last 4, you got it. That's 3. Last 2, hold it back. On 1, hold it back. Squeeze the palms towards each other. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Straighten through your arms. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Weights come to chest. Right foot steps back. And then hinge forward. Weights on end or weights on the floor. So you choose it. Whether you're on your weights or on the floor, make it light, broaden chest forward, tuck your chin slightly so the back of your neck is long. Now lift your right leg. Just pause with the right leg lifted. Feel this hinge at your left hip. Point your right toes down, press through your right foot. And now add the movement. Squeeze your right knee behind your left, get a little bit lower, and then send it back straight through your left leg. Squeeze it in, send it back. As you squeeze in, exhale. Broaden your chest forward. Light grip on the weights or on the floor. Keep drawing your left hip back. So there's that hinge, belly strong. And within this, there's a lot moving and there's a lot that stays stable. So feel the work. There's a lot of work to stabilize. Last 4. That's 3. Action through your right foot. 2. 1, now bend your left leg and we're gonna cross right toes, touch the left side of your mat. Lift it up, touch right side. Lift it up, tap left, lift it up, tap right. So you're making an arc. Get high at center. Keep breathing. So you're working a lot of holding in your left glutes. So if you feel it there, that's perfect. Confront that intensity, soften around it rather than reacting to it and trying to turn away from it. And that's a tough thing to change. It's like wired in us to turn away from the discomfort. So practice being with it, softening with it. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Right leg back, squeeze it in. Send it back, squeeze it in, broad chest. Exhale as you squeeze so you feel your front line engage, still working that stability in your left leg. Last 4, broad chest. 3, light grip. 2, 1, right leg back, weights in hand, rise to stand. Narrow back rows. So still working in this left glute, hinge forward, that hinge at the left hip, arms down, down, pull back, down, pull. And you could go 1 arm at a time. You could lower your right knee. You could do both. Challenge, just keep moving. Keep going. As you do this, feel your elbows brush past you, and then notice how the rest of your torso can stay really still as you work the stabilizers. So chest is still broad, core is strong, and feel your spine long within that movement. Last 4, 3, last 2, hold it back. On 1, hold it back. Draw left hip back, broaden your chest forward, belly strong, hold it. Breathe. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift your chest up. Lunges, right knee bends, lift up. Lower and lift. Check out your left leg, left knee, left toes point forward. And then torso stays pretty upright. Add the triceps, so arms overhead. You bend as you lower, extend as you lift. Steady gaze. A lot moving. Focus in on the spine, the torso, staying really stable. Last 4, 3. Last 2, 1. Bend your knees. Keep your arms straight. We're gonna go half range with the arms, but start extended. Bend it quarter of the way, lift it up. Bend a quarter, lift it up. Bend, lift, bend, lift. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Weights to chest, star pose. Heels in, toes out. Horse, get low. Bend your knees. Rock it out a little side to side. And now hold it low. We'll add the biceps. So this time, palms face forward, shoulders back. You go down, curl, down, curl. Notice, so the bicep, the move, will pull your chest forward if you let it. So brace against that. And just based on your range of motion, your chest might come forward slightly to allow for that bend. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees, bend your elbows. So we're going to go out and in with the arms. So you go out, in, cross one wrist over the other. Go out, other wrist on top. Exhale as you go out. Elbows pin into your side body. As you do this, press your feet into the floor. Create the opposite sensation as you did on the first round. Press your feet and then try to pull your mat apart. So you press your feet outward. Chest up. Last 4, add some depth. 3. Last 2. 1, hold it. Weights to your hips. No arms, simply down and up. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Add the lats if you want. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Weights to hips, knees bend, lift your heels. Lift your heels. Steady breath. Simply hold it. Bring your hands together at heart center, weights together at heart center. Create some tension there. Bring your hands and weights forward. Shoulders back, breathe. Add some depth in the legs. Hold it 4. That's 3. Last 2. 1. Heels down, rise to stand. Step your feet together. Lower onto your back. Bring your weights with you. We'll work some more glutes and some more chest also. So weights with you, roll onto your back. Plant your feet. We'll take bridge lifts, weights in hand, bring your weights to your hips. Hover your hips off the floor to start. Shrug your shoulder blades underneath you. Press your feet into the floor. Press through your heels, press through your toes. And now lift your hips all the way up. Lower your hips down. Lift up, lower to the hover. Lift, lower. So as you do this, before you add the arms, if you choose to add the arms, feel your toes point forward and your knees point forward also. Tendency is to have the knees go wide, especially at the top. So create a little tension, knees towards each other. All right, now add the arms. So open your elbows wide. We'll do chest presses. Elbows hover. Extend the hands up as you lift the hips up. Belly strong, head still. Toes and knees point forward. Elbows come down to a hover, hips come down to a hover. Last 4, 3, last 2, hold the hips up. 1, hold the hips up, hips stay high, create a little tension between your knees, elbows hover, lift the hands. Elbows hover, lift the hands. Just the arms go, hips stay high. Open mouth exhale as you press up. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Elbows hover, hips stay high. Now pulse the hips up. Pulse, 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 pulse. As you pulse, press through your feet. Toes and knees point forward. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips up. Lift your left leg into the air. Press through your left foot. Hips stay high. Arms go. Down, push up, down, lift. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Now elbows hover, hips go, left leg still high. Hover, lift up, hover, go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Both feet down, arms and hips together. You go down, lift up, down, lift. Both feet grounded. Toes and knees point forward. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips high, elbows hover, hips stay up, just the arms go. Down, up, belly strong. Last 4, 3, a little tension between your knees. 2, 1. Elbows hover, right leg lifts in the air. Press through your right foot. Now the hips go. Down, lift, lower, lift. Elbows hover. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips high, right leg lifted, elbows hover, arms move. Lift, lower. Right leg in the air. Press through your right foot. Hips high. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Both feet down, hips high, elbows hover, pulse the hips. Pulse, 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 pulse. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips down, hands down. Core. Plant your feet forward, lift your toes up so it's just your heels that dig in. Hands behind your head, elbows wide. Breathe in. Exhale, lift, head, neck, and chest. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift. Lower, lift. Keep going. Last 4, it's a simple move. Keep going. 3, hold it up in 2, hold it up on 1, reach your arms forward, palms face the ceiling, pulse it up. Pulse, 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 pulse. Heels dig, spread your toes. Last 4, 3, 2, hold it up on 1, hold it up, hold it up, hold it up. Hands behind your head, elbows wide, hover your heels. Hover your heels off the floor, hold it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels down, head down, lift up. Last round. Down, lift, lower, lift. Last 4, 3, hold it up in 2, 1. Hold it up, arms forward, palms face the ceiling, pulse it up. Pulse, 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 pulse. Last 4, 3, hold it up in 2, 1, hold it up, hands behind your head, elbows wide, hover your heels. You got it, you got it. Hold it, hover it. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, relax down. Take a full body stretch, toes forward, arms back. Hug your knees into your chest. We'll take supine cow face leg. So wrap your right leg over your left, and then left hand will grab your right foot, right hand grabs your left foot. Squeeze your heels closer to your seat for less. For more, bring your feet out wider. You can hold still or you can rock it side to side. Back of the head on the floor. Press your upper back down also. The intention is to continue the challenge, continue the movement right up until we reach this point right here to soften. So it's intentionally a high contrast. Drop your legs over to the left, twist right. And the intention with the high contrast, so it's the same brain to muscle connection that you're creating when you're activating the muscle. It's the same connection that allows you to relax it. Draw to center. Lift your legs in the air, shake them out. If it feels good, lift your arms in the air, shake them out also. And take the other side. Left knee over right. Grab for your feet with your hands. Heels in towards your seat will be a little bit less. To take it more or higher on your hips, bring your feet a little wider. And you can hold it still or rock a little side to side. Easy breaths. Drop your legs to the right, twist, left. Draw to center. Wrap your arms around your legs. Give yourself a big squeeze. Pull in. And then rock forward and back. Make your way to a tall seat. Close your eyes. Rest your hands on your legs. And feel your seat rooted down. Lift up through the top of your head. And we'll end with a few breaths focused on the movement of the diaphragm. So bring your hands to your ribs or to your belly, and as you breathe in, feel your belly expand, your ribcage expand, and what's happening is your diaphragm is drawing down. And then as you exhale, feel your ribcage contract, your diaphragm draws up. Keep breathing like that. Focus your attention on the back side of your ribs also. Feel that movement. This emphasis on diaphragmatic breath gives us an experience of the stability, the strength to stand upright. Also the softness to allow the breath to move. Rest your hands on your legs. Take 2 more breaths without your hands. Feel that movement. And bring your hands together at heart center. Acknowledge your practice, your intention or dedication, your connection to the moment, a commitment to the challenge. Lift your thumbs to the center of your forehead. Honor the light and the teacher in all things and in all experiences. Namaste.